welcome to Sweet Tea and Whimsy. Today we're going to do something super fun. We're going to make Christmas tree farmhouse ornaments. They're going to be made from baking soda and cornstarch, and this is a fun project. It's simple. It's one you can get the whole family involved in. And these ornaments, be still my beating heart. These ornaments they're the best. So please stay tuned and watch as we get started making these Christmas ornaments. So here is what I've gathered together to make these beautiful farmhouse Christmas tree ornaments. Okay, let's get started. First of all, light you a candle and get you some sweet tea, and that will set the mood for that's good. That will set the mood for you to relax, get some hot cocoa, hot tea, sweet tea, whatever gets you in that mood to relax and have a good time. And most of you probably already have these ingredients in your pantry, and these supplies are very versatile. You can use different things other than what I've used, but what I've gathered together is to make the Christmas tree ornaments. I just went to Dollar General and I purchased some baking soda and some cornstarch. I need a measuring cup. In this case, I'm using a wooden spoon because we're gonna heat these ingredients up on the stove. And check out this old, beautiful red pot, guys. Let me just give you a quick story time on this. Years and years ago, when my two boys were very young, they're very close in age. They're just a year difference in their age, so they've always been very close. At the time, even though I had other children, those two were on a mission to get Mama a Christmas present. And I think they had overheard me say one night as I was cooking, oh, how I wish I had some new pots. So these little guys, they were probably 6 and 7 at the time. They saved up their money from chores and working and doing little whatnot things. They saved up some money and they said, Mama, let's go to Walmart. So we headed out to Walmart, and of course I was walking around with them. They were looking at things and they were not saying a word. And so then they said, Mama, we need you to let us go buy something by ourselves. Well, of course, being 6 and 7, I couldn't let them wander off. So I said, okay, you go buy what you need and I'll wait here. Well, of course, being a mom, I followed them around every aisle, peeking around to make sure they were okay, and had tears in my eyes watching what they were doing, guys. And here's what they did. They went, they put their money together, and they purchased Mama, they purchased me a set of Pioneer Woman cookware. It cost them every dime they had, and they then wandered around to the Christmas section and got some wrapping paper. And by then there was a lady in Walmart who asked them what they were doing, and they told her what they were doing, and she followed these little fellas around, and they purchased their cookware, they purchased some Scotch tape, wrapping paper, and the sweet lady, and by then a couple of more ladies had joined in on this Christmas mission. They had these two precious boys out in the garden center, sitting in the middle of the concrete floor, wrapping a gift for Mama. And for that reason, I will never get rid of these pots that were given to me with so much love. I love them, I use them, I don't worry about how dinged up they get, but that memory that I hold in my mind and in my heart is one that I will carry with me forever. So I thought you would enjoy that quick little story. I was just reminded of it when I thought, oh wow, look at this old pot that I pulled out to use, but it's my favorite. So Other than the supplies you'll need to get the cookie dough started, I've pulled out a few other items. I've got some of my antique and vintage and old and new cookie cutters. And oh, I have some beautiful ones in here. Of course, my brother and sister-in-law gave me this one. I think it was from Target a few years ago because it's hearth in hand. And it is absolutely beautiful. A set of nesting Christmas bells. And I have little reindeer and Santas and little Christmas trees, snowmen, and oh wow, look at this beautiful angel. And I have just an assortment that I pulled from the cabinet. I have a rolling pin, and then I have a couple of items that have some texture to them that we're going to use on these Farmhouse cookie Christmas ornaments. I pulled out some old lace, some doilies, some paper doilies, and I even pulled out a piece of burlap ribbon. So we're gonna just use some of these because they have texture and see what we can pull together with these ornaments. So let's get started, guys. So the recipe that I use for these cookie ornaments is a half a cup of cornstarch and 1 cup of baking soda. So you can adjust that, double it, triple it, however you need to get the right amount of ingredients and dough for the number of ornaments that you wish to make. So the first thing that I think I will do is just measure out the original amount, the original amount of ingredients so that you can kind of see how much that makes before we heat it up on the stove. So it calls for a half a cup, and I just brought my 1 cup measuring cup in here just because I knew I could just mix in. So here's 1/2 of a cup of cornstarch, and we will add in 1 cup of baking soda. I may have to get my knife, guys, for this. So let's go ahead and punch out the opening for the baking soda. Okay, so what we need is 1 cup of baking soda. There we go. And I'll add that. And then we need 3/4 of a cup of water. So here are the 3 ingredients we just measured out. The original recipe. We didn't adjust the amounts of the ingredients. So this is 1/2 a cup of cornstarch, 1 cup of baking soda, and 3/4 of a cup of water. And so what you do next is you take this to the stove and you heat up these ingredients while constantly stirring, and this mixture will form a Play-Doh-like consistency. So that's what we're going to do next. But before we go heat it up on the stove, I'm now going to triple these ingredients. So I'm going to add 1 cup of cornstarch and 2 cups of baking soda so that I will have triple the amount of ingredients. So let's go ahead and get this on the stove. We're going to heat this up, and it will begin to form the consistency of Play-Doh. This is a great recipe, guys. Makes beautiful ornaments. I love the white color that comes from this mixture of the cornstarch and the baking soda. It's just a really fun Christmas project. Here's what it looks like as it starts heating up. So here we are, guys. It's ready. It's like a really thick mashed potato consistency or a Play-Doh consistency. So let's go on back in here where we're going to make our ornaments. And I will say this, now we have to let the dough cool down for about 30 minutes. It's very, very hot. There's no way you can work with this right now. So we're going to let it cool.
Aren't these ornaments turning out so beautiful? Before you put them in the oven, you will want to take a straw and punch a hole in the top of your ornament so that you can string a pretty ribbon through your ornament to hang on the Christmas tree. Place all of your ornaments onto a cookie sheet and put them in an oven at 175 degrees for about 30 minutes. You will be able to tell when the ornaments are done because they will be completely white and they will be hard. So I suggest you just periodically check your ornaments, and about halfway through the heating process, you will want to flip your ornaments so that they get completely dry on both sides. Now keep in mind, I made my ornaments a little bit thicker, so it did take them a little while longer in the oven to completely dry. So the time your ornaments take to completely dry in the oven depends on how thick you make your ornaments. Also keep in mind that you can just air dry these ornaments. Leave them on a cookie sheet for a few days and they will completely dry on their own. So take a look at the ornaments, and now we will get ready to string a pretty red ribbon onto each ornament and place them on the Christmas tree.